Hey there, wildlife fans. I'm Spencer Rempel, the Moose Whisperer, coming at you from here in the beautiful coastal mountains of British Columbia, Canada. And it is my favorite time of year. It's just the beginning of October right now, and the mighty moose is in full rut. This is a perfect opportunity to get some really great up close and personal viewing experiences. And in this time of the year, the moose as well, he's got pretty much just one thing on his mind. And if you can mimic those sounds, if you can play to his breeding season, to his rut that's going on right now, we can get him in real close. What I'd like to do right now is take a little time to show you just what tools you'll need, and let's take a look at what's all involved. All right, let's talk about calling in a big bull moose. Now, when a bull moose is interested in your call, well, there's a couple of different calls that you can do. You can imitate the female, the cow, which is going to entice him to come on in and see what's going on. What I find also very effective is imitating the bull moose, which is going to intimidate him as well. He knows there's another bull in the area, and he's going to get, pretty uptight about that. Combination of the two calls actually works really well for me. I like to start out with a cow call, really gain his interest. Perhaps he won't come out. You never know. He might already have a cow that he's with that's really close to in season. He might just choose to stay with her and not come out right away. So we follow that up with some bull calls, and I find that this will entice him even more. He doesn't want another bull around breeding with any of the cows that are, could potentially be his, and we'll entice him to come out and take a closer look. So probably the bull call is my favorite and one of the easiest ones to do. Now, although you make this call with your mouth, you also need a couple of tools, which I'll show you here. So this we're looking at. This is my favorite tool for a bull moose to mimic the sound of his antlers rubbing. Now that's what he's going to do for a moose. It's all about the antlers. He wants to come in, he's going to rake and rub his antlers like crazy all over to really show off the sound of the size of my antlers. Like, look out, I'm coming in and I got big antlers. So this in fact is called the scapula, and it's the shoulder bone of a moose. And the reason I take this is it's really light, it's easy to carry, and it makes the same kind of sound. Of course, it's bone, right? So it makes the same sort of sound when rubbed, as I'll show you in a moment. Now, if you don't, this one's kind of beat up, so I'm going to get a new one soon. But if you don't have one of those, you can even just use an old moose shed. I just found this laying in the bush, and I just hacked off these couple ones here so I don't hurt myself with those tines that are out. And you can just use that one to rake over in the bush as well. Being a bit denser, it doesn't make quite as loud a sound, but that works very well as well. Let's take a look at what it sounds like when we try these in the bush. For about that long, maybe a little bit longer. It's not that long of a really. Afterwards, I'll often finish off with stepping on a branch like I have here, and making a big crashing clack sound like that. That sound carries a long ways, and moose will do that very often to help advertise the exact location of where they are and that they're coming in. Let's take a look at how this works just as well. Works great. Now, as you can tell, like I said, it's a little thicker, so it doesn't carry the sound quite as well, but that'll work for you. And again, if you don't have either of those items, try an old paddle. It works fabulous. Now, the moose calls that you make, it's really great. You don't need any kind of special tools at all to make the calls with your mouth. I have another video out that's a moose calling tutorial that goes much more into depth on how to make those calls. So I'll leave a link here at this video where you'll be able to watch that one as well and get caught up on that. So let's go ahead and show you what it sounds like for a bull grunt. that there's really the perfect setup. Now we're just going to wait. Maybe you got a moose coming in already. He's answering you already. Now, depending on how aggressive he is or not, is how often that you might do that call or rake in the bush. Female call is a lot different. Now, it takes a little bit more practice to do the female call, but this is what it sounds like. That's all there is to it. Let's talk strategy on how we put these two calls together.